Oh, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. This is such an this is just such a weird reading, but I don't know. Let's do it. Apparently, Meghan and Harry think that King Charles is faking his cancer, just to make sure that they don't come back into the family or whatever. It's all about them, right? And so I just want to ask the cards. Is King Charles faking his cancer? Is King Charles faking? Let's have some fun with this. Is King Charles faking his cancer? Is King Charles faking his cancer? And only other people who fake things would think that, would think in those terms. You know what I mean? It's like liars always think everybody else is lying, or thieves always think everybody's stealing everything. Um, you know, sex fiends think everybody just wants to jump in bed. I think that's, fakers think everybody else is faking. You think about all the things that Meghan and Harry are faking. Everything from their marriage to their moon bumps to their children to living in Montecito. It's all a big mess. Is King Charles faking his cancer? Fun question. Might be a quickie. Well, there's the Ten of Pentacles, the inheritance, and like I said in the previous reading, this tells me might be something genetic. So it might be the same type of cancer that that Queen Elizabeth had. I don't know if cancers can be genetic. I think they can. I think especially female cancers can if you have the gene. Look at Angelina Jolie. Cut her boobs off because her mom died of that cancer and she went and had genetic testing. I know, did Sarah and the girls not go to New York and get genetic testing to see if the girls are carrying the genetic gene for cancer? So perhaps there is other cancers. Let's find out. There's the struggle, the competition, temperance. Well, the angel, balance. I'm going to say no, he's not faking it. I'm going to, these are the reasons why. I think it's something that he struggles with, that he may have picked up genetically, right? And this temperance card here is him not telling us the full story of his cancer. Right? He struggles, like we don't know what kind of cancer he has. Yes, he says, oh, things are getting better, or I've decided to discontinue. He gives us just enough to know, just enough to know. Let's see what else here. There is a strategy here, and I think part of the strategy is to keep some of it private. Knight of Pentacles. Oh yeah, there is some kind of strategy to keep it away from Harry. 100%. So that's why Harry thinks it's all fake. The strategy is completely Harry. No, he's got cancer. There's the Nine of Swords, the sleeping up at night, the anxiety, money. But I'm getting here being unable to speak your whole truth about it. Page of Pentacles. So part of it I'm going to say he's not faking his cancer at all. We would have not got the angel, the temperance angel. We would have got the devil for lying, right? I'm going to say he tries to sell us a story, and it's mostly for Harry. There's some kind of a strategy around Harry. He's not telling Harry the whole truth. And so that's why Harry thinks that he's faking it, that he's lying. And there is a lot of anxiety around this. And I think it's because he can't tell us the whole truth of what it is. He can't say, I've got terminal cancer. It'd be detrimental to the monarchy, right? He can't say, William's doing half my work. That's detrimental to the monarchy. So I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to sell us like sunshine and lollipops and, I go do my chemo every week and everything's fine. And I'm doing great, and so much so I'm going to, cut back on my chemo. And I think it's all for Harry. I think it's all for Harry. Seven of Pentacles. Look at all the Pentacles. Oh, death. I'm going to say that, look at how this tumbles into here, almost like tumbling, and this is the one that falls, and these ones stay in the harvest. There's a reason why he's not telling everything. He really struggles with how much people should know. Years ago, like only 2 generations ago, you would have never said the king was ill, because the population takes that as our weakness. And you even think back, wasn't that long ago, if you would have said the king is ill, another country would have invaded you, which they are, now that I think about it. No, he's got a plan. I think eventually we'll hear everything. I think that I think part of this anxiety is Harry and Meghan. What do they do with this information? I think this is a real struggle for the king. I think he tells us just as much. This is a page, so just as much as we need to know. I love how interesting this one now, like, tosses this information. And so we only know a little bit. We don't know the whole story. And this Scorpio king will be trampled. There's the embattled. He's got his boundaries up. He's constantly looking behind him. Constantly who's coming up behind him. So no, it's not fake. But we already knew that, didn't we? But I thought, well, hey, let's ask the cards. It's not fake, but there is a strategy around Harry, about how much Harry knows, about how much people know in general. But I think that eventually one day we will know the truth. But right now he's got his boundaries up, and he's embattled by this, and standing his ground, and he's watching his back. Sadly, can't just enjoy the rest of his life, or he's watching his back. And there is quite a bit of anxiety around how much, who knows, what gets out. And it's all because of what Harry would do with that information. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. Bye for now.